Et les corbeaux Serge K pour un nouveau live sur Fire Emblem. Oui, Hero. Générique.
Dégage! Méchant arrivé!
Mais des choses sur la route, c'est...
Oui, moi aussi, avec quelque chose sur ma route.
Ah ouais. Allez alors. Il me l'a démarré. Et oui, mon manette. Les amis. On reprend ce jeu après 4 mois. Ah. Pas plus de ce que je dois faire.
Scarlet blaze. Unrest in Enbarr. Despite successfully defending Aryan Road, Edelgard concludes it is no longer possible for her to hold the eastern and western lines at the same time, and pauses to explore solutions. Almost as if trading places, she sends Count Bergliez to the Kingdom Front and returns her own forces to the imperial capital of Enbarr.
Okay, I get that this little chat needs to be a secret, but if we get any deeper into the woods, someone's gonna be looking for our corpses.
One can never be too safe. We do not know where our enemy lurks these days.
Lysithia's here too? What's she got to do with this?
Lysithia has had contact in the past with those who slither in the dark. I asked her to come along so she might be privy to all of the information.
I'm just listening. Pretend I'm not even here. And besides, they're my enemy too.
Right.
Now, as you know, our enemy has gone into hiding. But considering what they are capable of, we cannot relax our guard, particularly at the capital. The streets of Enbarr practically teemed with them at one time. So we cannot rule out the possibility they will attempt some mischief when Her Majesty and the rest of us return.
That's true. They're devious. Both
Devious.
everywhere and nowhere at once. We have to be careful.
On va compatir avec Hubert.
They're a real headache, all right. So, how can I help?
What? Ah.
I called you here because I have a request. And a warning. I believe that if those who slither in the dark do try something, they will attempt to approach you.
Me?
Yes,
You.
you.
Your powers may come from the same place as theirs, right?
It stands to reason they might try to recruit you.
Sure, but they'd be wasting their time. There's no way I'm gonna help those monsters.
And what if they appear as your long-lost brother? Same hair, same eyes, a voice full of kindness.
Or, what if one of them calls out, I finally found you, my child?
J'avais pas déjà vu ça.
Maybe they are your family, maybe they are not. Could you really drive a sword through their heart with that knowledge yet uncertain? Forgive me. That was cruel. I am merely voicing one possibility among many.
Sûr qu'on a déjà vu cette partie.
Still, now you will know to expect it. It behooves you to remember how harsh reality can actually be.
Il y a un truc qui me pète un petit peu. Parce que... Il n'y a pas d'autres données, j'étais sûr d'avoir des... Surprends un chouïa quand même. Au moins que j'ai été stupide et que j'ai pas sauvegardé. Il me saoulerait un petit peu, j'avoue.
Way to go!
Listen up. Yeah.
By the way,
It's all hopeless.
Hear me out.
What do you think?
No.
No.
Deal. So here's my pitch. Welcome. Thanks a
Au niveau
bunch.
de puissance actuelle, j'ai vraiment pas besoin.
Nothing to report. Greetings, friend.
Got a sec? I wonder.
Oh, 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 oh.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Maybe.
Oh, yay!
Do you have a moment? Well, you see.
To be brief,
Indeed.
Ouais, c'est vrai qu'on a tué une grille la dernière fois. Il y a 4 mois, hein, faut comprendre du fait que je me souvienne plus de tout.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
And defeat! Pour l'instant, les classes suprêmes sont un peu bloquées quand même. On veut que pour l'instant. Mais.
With proper training, you'll be unstoppable.
Got a minute?
J'ai oublié de l'entraîner.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
Training can be the difference. Yes, the difference. Nous avons un niveau 23. Sur niveau 23 là, heureusement. Je reste certain que j'avais avancé. Oh, ça m'emmerde. Encore remonter? Non. Non, 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 non.
Accept the
Voilà. Hubert. Ferdinand d'ailleurs n'est pas encore maîtrisé. Pourquoi j'ai Hubert 2 fois? Ah parce qu'il était déjà autre part Ferdinand.
Who knew this power?
this
Alors, passeport. Après la place.
A useful.
This will.
This power.
Alors, Ferdinand d'ailleurs. Manuel là-dedans. J'espère que c'est quand tu auras le loop, j'aurai pas besoin de le refaire en entièrement. Sur la nouvelle partie plus.
Only
Oui, on a compris. On a compris la 41e fois. En faux, putain. Eh bien, ils ont augmenté leur soutien aussi. On est bien. Et toi, l'enchanteuse. Bah, c'est prêtresse aussi. Parfait ça.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
Yes, it
Can't wait
is.
to see how you do.
Thank you. Not now. You are in desperate need of soutien. Support. Allez, je retrouve mes mots.
Excellent.
Let's see.
Care to make yourself useful?
Of course. Ferdinand d'ailleurs avec Lawrence. C'était super intéressant.
Spectacular. There is no.
Eh bien, on est content. Gestion du garde-manger avec Hubert et Monica. Encore des choses intéressantes qu'on fait. Hein. Très bien. Alors, on va encore se porter volontaire, on va faire de l'entretien d'équipement avec Caspar et Petra. Très bien. Nous avons obtenu une dague de chasse. Très bien. Portons-nous encore volontaires pour faire de l'organisation de documents avec Linhart et Bernadetta. Très bien, on est content, on est parfait. Ensuite, portons-nous volontaires pour de l'exploitation d'un étal avec Dorothea et Mercedes. C'était excessivement intéressant. Oui, exactement. Donc nous allons refaire un soin des chevaux avec Happy to Friends et Constance. Excellent. Récompense est disponible. Qui s'en fout? Alors, les dialogues très intéressants de Fire Emblem.
You mean with my power? Not really, no.
Perhaps using it regularly won't be enough to provoke growth. Good to know.
Hey, I thought you said you weren't interested. I mean, how many times are you gonna come ask me if anything's changed before you're happy?
Weren't you the one so keen on piquing my interest? I only wanted to check how that was going. If you don't think it's possible, just tell me and I'll stop asking.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely not happening.
What? But this was all your idea. How cruel of you to stoke my excitement only to back out at the first sign of adversity. Come on, just keep trying a little longer. How about this? Describe the circumstances in which you first awakened to your power. Maybe we can reproduce the situation and see if lightning doesn't strike twice.
Well, I was staring death in the face when it happened. I'd been beaten so badly I could barely stand. But I kept telling myself I wasn't ready to
Bonjour
die.
Maël. Excusez-moi, il y a un câble sur votre siège.
And out of nowhere, it just came to me.
I suppose we shouldn't try to recreate those conditions. Nobody wants
Ah
a
bon?
dead officer on their hands. Let's consider some other potentially relevant factors.
Moi j'aime
Who
bien
was
les
your
facteurs
opponent?
révélantes.
Where did the struggle take
Le
place?
chat.
What time of day was it? Do you think your emotions played any part in it?
I was fighting the Ashen Demon of all people. I hope we get the chance to cross swords again someday. As for the when and where,
Huh?
That leaves my emotional state. But I don't know how I could replicate the intense emotions of being at the brink of death like that.
Pourquoi il avance plus automatiquement?
I see, I see. That context would prove quite tricky to simulate.
Maël ne joue pas avec les câbles, merci.
Similar to a crest, revealing itself even when you don't intend it. That leaves only one option.
Dès que je branche
Observe you on the battlefield
la carte de,
at all
le
times.
périphérique de capture externe, ce chat peut passer ses journées à tirer dessus. C'est quand même fou. Mais non, arrête de faire ça maintenant.
Hey, weren't you telling me not to give up just a second ago? If I can do it, then so can you.
I'm not so sure.
I am not so sure. Mon dieu, je crois que nous avons perdu un follow. C'est bon, il est déguisé. Très bien. Tant pis pour lui.
Wow, that was
J'ai oublié que mon personnage s'appelait Chaise.
Oh, hey, Caspar. You were looking pretty good yourself. Wait, haven't we had this conversation before?
I don't know. Must be because you're always sweeping the floor out there.
Ou parce que vous vous répétez tout le temps dans vos dialogues.
If I ever want to catch up to you.
Hey, come on. I'd never be able to do what I do if I didn't see how hard you were pushing.
Yeah, get with the sore winner stuff. Talk down to me all you want, I'm still gonna beat you. Anyway, let's get back to training. I'm gonna really knock your socks off this time.
Bring it on.
Et une expression ça de lui faire sortir ses chaussures, ses chaussettes.
Trying to throw me off my game?
Well, that's not it. I was just thinking, we've been training together a lot lately. But if we're doing all the same drills at all the same intensity, then aren't we just gonna get stronger at the same rate? Nobody's closing any gaps, that's
Oui,
for
donc
sure.
ce dialogue on l'a déjà vu. Putain. Désolé, hein, je suis un peu agacé parce qu'il y a une sauvegarde qui n'a pas pris et ça me saoule. Il y a clairement des dialogues qu'on a déjà fait et je suis sûr que ce dialogue on l'a déjà fait aussi. Je vais tous me les taper là. Que ceux qui ont la dernière vidéo sur YouTube le savent en plus, que du coup on a déjà vu ça. Et désolé si on n'a pas encore vu le truc de Petra, on verra sur le truc. Allez, on se bouge le cul. Et de passer 4 plombes sur des dialogues de soutien, ça me saoule déjà. Et on a déjà tout vu de tout ça. Le jeu qui n'a pas pris une sauvegarde, et ça me saoule. Non, on donne pas de cadeau, on s'en fout. Ouf, ouf. Et sérieusement, j'espère clairement que j'avais pas fait une mission secondaire qu'il a pas pris en compte le jeu, parce que ça va vraiment être relou. À mon avis, j'ai dû faire tous les dialogues avant de sauvegarder.
What do
Peut-être
you
j'ai oublié de sauvegarder, je sais rien.
Ah.
Do you have a moment?
Right up.
What can I do for you?
What can I do for you?
Hey there. Hey there.
Hey there. Na, 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 na.
Frankly,
You sure?
how unexpected.
Well, how'd it go? Any result's a good result.
Right.
Damn.
Soit je sauvegarde. Vous espérez qu'ils ont compte. Alors...
Ignatz Victor reporting, Your Excellency.
Yes, yes, come in.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
I think you're supposed to say, forgive my intrusion.
Right, yes. Forgive me, Your Excellency.
Listen, Ignatz, I may have a title now, but you and I are still friends as we have always been. All this formality is starting to make my skin crawl. Please, just treat me the same as ever you have.
Oh, right. Of course. Anyway, what do you need?
You've no doubt heard about the bandits who appeared in Gloucester, yes? The ones who were supposedly former mercenaries.
They've been around for a while, right?
Yes, my men have been searching for their base for some time now, and I believe they have finally located it. I took the opportunity to look into the provenance of these bandits anew, and it seems they were indeed a mercenary band. One in the employ of my father.
I see.
For some reason, they have abandoned the sellsword life and fallen into banditry.
But why would they do that?
I do not know. I attempted to discuss it with my father, but his only concern at present is finding me a proper spouse. When I ask, he evades me and changes the subject.
Yes. That's quite the conundrum.
Regardless, I cannot ignore these bandits, especially if my father had something to do with them. Thusly, I have decided to deal with them myself, and I was hoping you might join me.
Of course. I'm a knight of House Gloucester, after all.
Good. Oh, and as it would be a rather tall order for the two of us to take on a gang of brigands alone, I have called in some additional support.
Hey, Lawrence. I came as soon as I could.
Just once, I wish one of my acquaintances could split the difference between absurd formality and dire nonchalance. I am a count now, you know.
Wait, so are we not friends because you're a count?
No, what I meant to say is...
Look, enough with the titles. I'm a busy man, so let's get moving already.
I will have you know, a noble is nothing without their... Oh, never mind. I asked you here because I need your help dealing with bandits in my territory.
That's it? Well, sure. I'm happy to help.
That was easy. I suppose it does indeed pay to have some true friends in one's corner.
Sure does. Besides, if just you and Ignatz try to do it, you're gonna get kicked into next moon.
Have you ever considered not saying the first thing that pops into your head? The two of us could easily handle this matter. I am simply being prudent. Also, these are not some run-of-the-mill ruffians, but rather highly trained former mercenaries.
Right, the old mercenary to bandit career path.
They have some connection to my father as well, so I would like to uncover what we can in the process.
You got it, boss. If we fight and win, I'm sure some info will turn up on your old man.
I am not certain I follow your logic, though I suppose it would be the preferred outcome. Now then, we should be off. With my subjects in peril, there is not a moment to waste. We will depart as soon as you are ready.
Il a une espèce de tablier de cuisine devant, c'est un peu ridicule. Hein.
Meat, please.
I shall tell the kitchen to prepare a ham.
Bon, aussi je vais être payé en bouffe. Bon, un allié est en déro. Pardon? C'est pas forcément les plus forts qui sont là-dedans. Hein. 23 et 27 là-bas. Ouais. Mais c'est les 33 qui est en face. Hein. Ah, je peux pas les changer de place. Ça va être chiant par contre. Alors que je me TP. Pas des combats automatiques? Ah non. Alors, let's fight. 10 minutes à faire. 1200 ennemis détruits.
Hear me well, you fell brigands. I, Lawrence Hellman Gloucester, stand in judgment before you.
So, not to be a jerk, but when you stand up and scream your name like that, it prevents us from launching any kind of sneak attack.
House Gloucester has no need of such dishonest trickery. If our foe is asleep, we kick out their pillow before the battle begins. Firstly, let us deal with the bandits outside the base.
I've got you.
Je sais plus du tout comment on fait pour jouer.
I shall not permit you to wreak any more havoc within my borders.
Out of the way! I can still fight.
Il va clairement changer un truc là parce que.
Say, Lawrence, why don't you hang back and let us handle this?
Do not coddle. I am more than capable of holding my own against this youth of curs.
Let's do this! You like that? Let's do this! You like that?
J'ai pas moyen de changer mes touches. Très chiant. Ah, les touches.
Now that I think of it, we're near the place where Claude's grandfather met his end, aren't we?
Indeed, I think you are correct. Could this group perchance have some connection to that most unfortunate incident? You yourself are a former mercenary, yes? Pray point out everyone you recognize.
You do realize that not every mercenary knows each other, right?
is enough for the soldiers outside. Let us proceed to attacking the base. By the good name of Lawrence Hellman Gloucester, you foul marauders shall terrorize my subjects no longer!
Gloucester, let's get out of here before we get beaten to a pulp again!
Now it is my turn. There is nothing I cannot do.
I think this will go well. I'm prepared to see the...
All right, here I go. If we let these folks go, they'll just cause more trouble somewhere else. Let's track them down.
I got this.
My mother and father died not too far from here. That was a long time ago now.
They were merchants, yes?
Yeah, they were traveling with the old Duke Regan and got attacked by monsters.
Je sais, c'est pour ça que Raphaël doit l'attaquer. Avance! Non mais c'est ta faute à courir après bêtement. On va retourner à la carte de l'écran de guerre parce que putain, normalement c'est pas ce combat à mort que j'avais comme truc. C'est que cette merde. Pourquoi j'ai combat à mort? C'est de la merde ce truc. À la limite que j'ai taille flamme, oui, mais ça. Ça rend du caca ça. Let's go!
Hear me well, you fell brigands. I, Lawrence Hellman Gloucester, stand in judgment before you.
So, not to be a jerk, but when you stand up and scream your name like that, it prevents us from launching any kind of sneak attack.
House Gloucester has no need of such dishonest trickery. If our foe is asleep, we kick out their pillow before the battle begins. Firstly, let us deal with the bandits outside the base. I shall not permit you to wreak any more havoc within my borders.
I can still fight.
I'm not finished.
Let's do this.
can let us handle this.
Do not coddle. I am more than capable of holding my own against this pack of curs.
Now that I think of it, we're near the place where Claude's grandfather met his end, aren't we?
Indeed. I think you are correct. Could this group perchance have some connection to that most unfortunate incident? You yourself are a former mercenary, yes? Pray point out everyone you recognize.
You do realize that not every mercenary knows each other, right?
That is enough for the soldiers outside. Let us proceed to attacking the base. By the good name of Lawrence Hellman Gloucester, you foul marauders shall terrorize my subjects no longer!
I think this will go well. I'm prepared to see this through.
All right, here I go. There's nothing these muscles can't do.
Now it is my turn. There is nothing...
Gloucester, let's get out of here before we get beaten to a pulp again!
All right, here I go. I'm going ahead. All right, here I go. There's nothing these...
I think this will go well. I'm prepared to see this through.
Now it is my turn. There is...
Let these folks go. They'll just cause more trouble somewhere else. Let's track them down.
Ah, no problem.
My mother and father died not too far from here.
Mais non! C'est mal aujourd'hui. Allez. Not today.
That was a long time ago now.
They were merchants, yes?
Yeah, they were traveling with the old Duke Regan and got attacked by monsters.
During the period when my father employed these mercenaries, monster attacks were a rather common occurrence in this region. And these monsters took the lives of both the former Duke Regan and Raphael's teams.
Yeah. Pay attention, Lawrence. If you keep staring off into space, some bandit's gonna run up and conk you on the head.
Yes, of course. I must focus on the battle at hand.
All right, that should be all.
We can't get out the front. Let's cut around back.
There's something strange about the enemy's current movements. Perhaps they have another...
Putain, je trouve les touches deux fois déjà.
Oh, there's nothing these must...
Now it is my turn. There is nothing I cannot do.
I think this will... I'm prepared to see this through.
Escape route in mind?
Très bien, un de moins.
They're trying to get out the back way. After them.
Yeah, no escape. It's funny how you're like a real knight now, Ignatz. You used to be so scrawny.
I think everyone looks scrawny compared to you, Raphael.
True enough, true enough. Nope, you're not.
We stopped them.
Actually, I stopped them.
You? The Count? Where's your father, you little brat?
Retired. I am the Count of Gloucester now.
You don't say. In that case, I'll have to take my revenge on you instead.
Il y a du monde là dans la
He
cour.
seeks vengeance against my father. Whatever was driving these people? Too easy.
We'd be lost without you.
I am troubled by this development. But as the ruler of this domain, I must do my duty and eliminate these bandits.
I've got you now!
Mais il est pas mort. Il y a encore quelqu'un derrière. Ah, ok.
This is awful. We have to do something.
Tu will.
All right, here I go. There's nothing these muscles can't do.
I think this will go well. I'm prepared to see this through.
Now it is my turn. There is...
Okay, time to attack.
Now, let us bring it down.
Not for you.
Say, Raphael?
Keep quiet and fight, Ignatz. These guys are serious business.
Now, charge and attack. Out of the way!
Très bien.
Accept your defeat.
Très bien.
Splendid. We have the advantage.
Oui, on a l'avantage, oui et non. Vous bossiez plus vite, on aura un peu plus d'avantage, c'est clair.
Ain't you traitorous nobles tired of beating us up yet? It's not over.
Nope.
Wait, you claim my father betrayed you?
Used us and threw us away like trash he did. Then he tried to make us disappear so he could sweep it under the rug. I got you now!
Ah, t'es pas mort. T'as tenu face à cette vague de puissance, c'est beau.
Just kill me and be done with it already. At least that way it'll finally be over.
I would speak with you yet. I need to understand what has transpired here.
We did it.
We won!
Of course we did.
Meat party when we get home, and Lawrence is buying.
You all go on ahead. I must speak with the bandit we captured.
10,59. Ok.
I won't let myself.
Getting strong.
I.
Des écus. C'est bien. De l'argent, on est content.
There you are, Lawrence. That took so long, I thought maybe that bandit general got you.
We had much to discuss, which I will share with all of you now.
Did you uncover the reason for their grudge against your father?
Indeed. As we suspected, they were once mercenaries in his employ. At first, they were used in the ways one might think, keeping villages safe, guarding the border, and so on. But one day, they were given a very strange order by a supposed envoy of my father.
What was the order?
They were told to threaten any merchants heading toward Regan and force them to turn back.
Yeah, that's a weird one, all right.
The mercenaries felt the same and balked at the idea of raising their swords against unarmed merchants. Instead, they decided to chase a pack of wild monsters into the merchants' path and scare them that way.
Hey, smart thinking.
I'm not so sure about that.
The plan worked, at first. Then one day they caught wind that merchants were approaching and loosed monsters on them per the established method. An ordinary group of merchants would have simply run away and lived. But one among this group drew his sword and began to fight. This was Lord Godfrey, who at the time held the title of Duke Regan. He fought valiantly, but ultimately in vain. Sadly, he perished along with the merchants he had hoped to protect.
Merchants that included Raphael's parents.
So the former Duke Regan and Raphael's parents all died because of your dad, Lawrence?
So it would seem. I am terribly sorry, Raphael. Please, accept my apology in my father's stead.
Hey, knock it off. You didn't do anything wrong.
As it happens, my parents were meant to accompany Godfrey that day. But they had a scheduling conflict and recommended that Raphael's parents go instead, which means...
Not you too, Ignatz! Look, everybody. Kids aren't responsible for what their parents do.
Lawrence, do we know for sure that the order came from your father?
I was wondering the same thing. Your father was always protective of the nobility's reputation, and it seems strange he would do something so sneaky, and so anti-merchant besides.
Based on what the bandits said, I suspect it was someone from our house acting alone. By the time my father realized what was happening, the culprit had vanished, along with any hope of ever sussing out their true motives. Only the mercenaries remained, and my father had no choice but to punish them.
I bet they didn't care at all about what happened behind the scenes. Far as they were concerned, their employer betrayed them.
But I don't get how any of this has to do with you right now, Lawrence.
A feudal lord is responsible for all that happens within their realm. Therefore, anything left unresolved by my father falls by necessity to me. I would also like to pay appropriate reparations to both you and your family, as is fair and proper.
But I don't need anything from you. I can take care of my family plenty well on my own. Besides, I made my peace with what happened to my folks a long time ago. You can't change that now. All you can do is stir up a bunch of old, painful memories.
Yes, but still...
But nothing. I'm done talking about this. I'll still take my reward for beating up the bandits, though. Meat party, remember? You promised me the finest ham in all the land, and just thinking about it's got me drooling.
This does not sit right with me. What should I do?
Lui donner son jambon.
Less talk, more ham. And you better have enough for me and Ignatz, too.
Oh, right. Very well. In that case, I shall arrange for the finest spread of meat the world has ever seen. I stake House Gloucester's very reputation on it.
Now that's the right thing to do.
Still feels a little weird to leave it like this, but I guess this is for the best.
Là, retour au camp parce qu'on a de l'argent. Du coup, il faut qu'on entraîne quelqu'un.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
Victory and defeat. Nous avons un level 23 ici avec Ignatz. 35 c'est un peu beaucoup apparemment. Perfect.
Can't wait to see how you do.
You will not. Une nouvelle bataille. Ceci semble une bataille de scénarium quand même. Généralement on fait des préparatifs pendant 4 plombes.
I'm glad we have returned to Enbarr. It's far warmer than the kingdom, for one. How are you doing, Your Majesty? I hope you've been getting some rest at least. It seems you never stop working unless someone physically pulls you away from it.
I've been getting more rest than Hubert, at least. We're here in the gardens, chatting, are we not?
Fair enough. And so I'm clear, even a sliver of your time is a blessing beyond all measure. Though I suggest you find a better point of comparison than Hubert for how hard you work.
This is the part where you nobles all crowd around a table slurping on tea, right? Seems like a good enough way to unwind a bit.
Tea? I wouldn't mind were it just myself and Her Majesty, but... What's happening in the throne room?
C'est ta mère, vient d'arriver.
Hubert, what's wrong?
Intruders in the palace, Your Majesty. They entered through one of the secret passages, and are even now attempting to hunt you down. I sent soldiers to intercept them, but we should be prepared for anything.
Be prepared! Seid bereit!
In the dark?
I know not. But they could not have breached that passage without assistance from the inside. Though there are only a few who know of that passage, and would be capable of acting as a guide. Your Majesty, might you kindly step this way?
Hubert, do you really think he would do that?
Connais elle. Très classe.
You're not getting away.
This shall be your grave, intruder.
C'est Chami, non? C'est ça?
You simpleton! Were you trying to annihilate me as well? Thanks to you, the assassin made their escape.
As though one of your paltry skill would have caught such elusive prey in the first place. What matters now is that we give pursuit. All trespassers must be felled without mercy.
Bonjour Maël. C'est un moment qu'on ne s'est pas vu, à peu près 15 minutes. C'est tout net. Oh, c'est Shamir, voilà. Shamir. Oui, mon chat, bonjour. Il y a quand même du niveau 33 hein, là-dedans.
Another day, another stage to conquer.
On a niveau 32 aussi.
I'll do my best.
Je pense qu'on va jouer ça comme ça sera très bien. Peut-être que Uber ici, Uber est là, ok. Let's fight.
Shamir, which means the attackers.
They must be the Knights of Ceros's assassins. We must protect Her Majesty with everything we have.
Stop the enemy incursion! Seal off those entry points before reinforcements arrive!
Pas d'ordre spécifique pour l'instant.
I must ask that you remain in the throne room where it will be easier to defend you.
There is not a question of can. Only leave this to me.
All right, here I go. There's nothing to...
Shall we? Let's give it a shot.
I think this will go well. I'm prepared to see this through.
Now it is might. There is nothing.
Oh, if I might. Leave this to me.
And predict enemy movements. And as your protection will require my full attention, I will remain here at your side.
It was careless to be allowing assassins inside. We must exterminate them with much haste.
I will capture this stronghold. A fine hit!
Though I am reluctant to do this, I can see no other choice.
Now, charge and attack.
All right.
Let's start the attack.
Okay, time to attack.
Peace, good intruder. I assure you, I'm no fighter.
Says the wolf in sheep's clothes. But sure, whatever. Where's the Emperor?
We were holed up nice and safe until they came barging in.
You're not my target, which means you're wasting my time.
Like I did give a shit.
I can't waste another minute.
Slippery creature. Let's stay on guard. Over here! More intruders!
Palace still teems with enemies. Crush them all!
Now it is my turn. There is nothing I cannot do.
There is not a question of can. Only a matter of will. Leave this to me.
Shall we? Let's give it a shot.
Oh, if I must.
Is there
Je
even one
descendre.
room I can be alone?
Now, let us bring it down.
Leave this one to me. Looks like you could use some help.
Shall we? Shall we? Let's give it a shot.
Oh, if I must. Leave this to me.
I think this will go well.
All right, here I go.
The enemy is trying to seize the fire orbs.
If they succeed, they'll be able to target Her Majesty. We can't let that happen.
얘가 강도 수레야.
I think this will go well. I'm prepared to see this through.
Leave this one to me. That...
I will capture this stronghold.
Ah, Linhardt. It seems you're actually willing to work. The Emperor's life is on the line.
Could you imagine the headaches if she died? Not that you don't already work every second of the day.
Oh, not yet.
I'll claim the Emperor's head myself!
That enemy poses a nasty threat. Dispatch her at once.
Let's start the attack.
Ok, si elle attaque ici, moi je vais remonter là. Allez, viens.
That was too close. We'd best stay on our guard, Your Majesty.
These aren't assassins. They're an army.
Out of the way! I've got you now!
Leave this one to me. Looks like you could use some help.
Oh, if I must. Leave.
We secured the fire orbs.
Yeah.
There is not a question of can. Only a matter of will. Leave this.
Level up. Ah, très bien ça.
Good, but not enough.
Et là, lui, il va s'en séparer avec moi, lui.
Everyone to me. I will walk you to the Emperor's
Ah, c'est bon.
place.
Well, that can't be good. He's going to use magic to send in attackers.
That takes care of the rabble, which leaves us with the true problem at hand. We will not escape our clutches this time.
There is not a question of can. Only a matter of leave this to me.
Shall we? Let's give it a shot.
Now it is my turn.
There is nothing I can...
Leave this one to me. That's my cue.
Oh, if I must. Leave...
I'm really keeping the heat on.
Je vais laisser les autres s'amuser.
All right, time for another approach.
Enough of this. It seems clear the enemy won't come out of hiding until I do.
That may be true, Your Majesty, but is it wise to place yourself in such peril?
Non! Oh, quel connard. Voilà, j'ouvre le coffre. Oui, je fais 0 dégâts, c'était sûr. Pas de soucis.
I'm glad you took care of those reinforcements. The last thing I want is more work. That should do for now.
These were meant to be secure. I am doubly certain we have a traitor in our midst.
It's brave of you to try and lure us out, but such courage will cost you your life.
Oh, mais Coco là. Ah, je suis en train de défendre ici. Je pense pas que vous ayez besoin d'être aussi nombreux.
Looks like you could use some help.
There's not a question of can.
Thunder, Catherine. It seems Rhea is not playing around.
Là, les 500 000 de damage.
I see there is no depth the church will not sink to. I must do something.
They've broken through. You must hurry to Her Majesty's side.
No mercy to the Archbishop's enemies!
My lord, we stand ready to warp the Emperor back to the throne room upon your command.
Do it.
As you wish. Use the magic. A wise man is ever ready.
Leave my nicely timed. Thank you, Minister Hudson.
Still in view.
You are certainly competent, I will give you that.
You're taking a beating, Catherine. But don't worry, I've got your back.
It is strange, Shamir. I heard you quit the Knights of Saros, yet here you are.
Well, someone's done their research. But yeah, I'm just another mercenary now.
Then let me make you an offer. Come work for us, and we will spare Catherine's life.
Don't listen to him, Shamir! Move! Run, Catherine. I'm staying. Don't make me drag you out of here, Shamir. Go before I kill you myself. Damn it.
Good. We have a contract. The threat has been quelled, but we allowed them far too much leeway. The situation calls for careful reflection.
Still, you saved my life, which means my path for the future remains intact. Thank you.
Excellent.
Hubert, did you hear? My father has...
vanished. Yes. We should have killed the dastard when we had the chance. What happened to your solemn vow to not let him stage a comeback? I told you this would happen. I think you knew he would try and scrabble his way out of his predicament. Such is the nature of a noble. Until you finally squash them, that is.
I have no way to refute that point.
I could excoriate you further, but we lack the time. We must get to the bottom of this, and quickly. The Knights of Seiros descended on us with the fury I have rarely seen. In all that confusion, even a bear could have slipped away without raising an alarm.
I would not go so far as to call them conspirators, but my father had many old friends in the palace. Some may have turned a blind eye. They should be found and questioned.
I agree. That is one possibility. Though there is another. Yes, well, now that we have a fugitive on our hands, I intend to make full use of it. This situation affords us a chance to remedy another.
If that is the beginning of a scheme, Hubert, you do a terribly poor job of veiling it.
It is no concern of yours. Not yet, at any rate.
Right. Lovely. Well, so long as whatever you're planning has Edelgard's blessing and will be of aid to the Empire, I will brook no complaint.
All will be revealed in time.
Ah, j'ai pas tué assez d'ennemis apparemment. Ah, quand même du niveau sup. En plus, on a recruté Shamir.
I've got the hang.
Il y a du pognon, hein, c'est bien.
I'm told the secret passage they used was sealed off centuries ago.
Yes. The palace floor plans failed to even show it. I'm shocked the church knew of its existence.
In the age of Seiros, the Empire and Church were intimately related. It's safe to assume the Central Church took pains to retain its information from the time.
I shudder to think what other inconvenient secrets they might be privy to.
Yes, well, based on the scale of the attack, they must have seen this as their first and only chance. Ah, there you are.
They said you wanted to talk?
Yes. I believe I owe you an apology.
Oh yeah? What for?
To be blunt, I thought you were with the enemy. I had you pegged for an informant, planted among us by those who slither in the dark. It was not an unreasonable assumption. You enter Her Majesty's life at the perfect time, allure her with your strength, and choose our house to study with. And oh, surprise! You have dark powers. It was all too much to dismiss as mere coincidence.
It was at Hubert's suggestion that I appointed you captain of our mercenary unit. He felt this would allow us to quietly assess your abilities and allegiances, and I agreed. I know I told you I did this because I believed in you and your strength, but the decision was somewhat more nuanced than that. I'm sorry.
The moment I got wind of this attack, I immediately thought of you. This is it, I thought. The traitor has sprung the trap, and now the Emperor's life is in danger. But instead, you thwarted the assassination attempt and kept Your Majesty safe. I was wrong about you. Deeply so. And for that, I am ashamed beyond measure. Pray forgive me.
Don't worry about it. I would have done the same. Honestly, I thought it was weird how quick you both trusted me. Good to finally know the reason behind it all.
That does not excuse our actions. We had no right to deceive you as we did. But I swear, we will make amends. You have but to let us know how.
You can start by trusting me. Or, if that's not in the cards, have the decency to tell me you don't to my face. At least then I'll know where I stand.
I doubt doing so would have changed anything, but I understand the sentiment. We will attempt to be better going forward.
Be better? Really?
Hubert, why not just promise to be more forthright?
Because that might make me a liar. Let me speak plain. I no longer believe you to be working with the enemy. However, that does not necessarily mean the possibility is now non-existent.
Well, I guess I did ask for honesty. But look, do you guys trust me or not?
Of course we trust you.
Or I do at least. So please, let us begin this relationship anew on solid ground.
It is now 1182. The Great War Edelgard instigated has swept across Fodlan and looks more grim with each passing day. The Empire struggles to hold Aryan Road to the west and the Great Bridge to the east. The kingdom cannot bring Western lands to heal. Even the Alliance must face changing times. The Central Church sends the Knights of Seiros to the Imperial capital to assassinate the Emperor, but fails. Roughly half a year passes before the tides show any true sign of shifting. Scarlet Blaze. Shifting history. 5 months have passed since the attack on the Emperor, and 1182 nears a close. Though each army schemes, the battle maps barely change. But now, history is about to resume its course.
Today is a momentous day in Fodlan's history that people will mark for generations to come.
Then why do you look so conflicted?
I'm not conflicted, Claude. I'm just painfully aware of how much stronger I need to be. That's why I'm counting on you and the Alliance to make up the difference.
Hey, I've got feeling unprepared down to a science, so let's say we help each other out. If we work together, we can achieve what's best for both of us, right?
Indeed.
I have reviewed the terms, Your Majesty. All that remains is the placement of your seals.
Everything looks good to me. I'm especially glad we found a solution to the control of Murden.
You've done fine work here, Hubert. Thanks. And thanks to you as well, Holst. You know I'm not good at this sort of thing.
I've never known you to shy away from ceremonial affairs like this. But it is the most significant pact since the founding of the Leicester Alliance, so your caution was most prudent. I must admit, I was quite nervous. Thankfully, I managed not to follow it up.
You surely jest. You did your work masterfully, without batting an eye. I am truly impressed that Leicester's most valiant general is so well versed in diplomacy.
Don't be insulting, Hubert. Sir Holst is a duke. A man can be brave in battle and still know how to get things done. Take our Minister of Military Affairs, for example.
A man for whom the term looks can be deceiving was likely invented.
Speaking of Count Burgleys, where is he? I thought he'd be here so we could go head-to-head. We never did get to finish our battle.
I'm afraid the Count couldn't make it, but perhaps you'd consider my bodyguard instead? I'm certain you'll find the challenge to your liking. Is this your first time meeting, by the way?
It is. Well, friend, care to go around with me?
They say this Holst character is the strongest man in Leicester. But is he as strong as the Ashen Demon?
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Now that's what I like to hear.
I hope you mean later and not this very second. It would be a shame to get blood all over this nice paperwork.
Yes. All eyes are on us.
All eyes on
We must
us.
make this a grand gesture and show our soldiers that Adrestia and Leicester have joined forces for a brighter future.
Well, let's get to it. As leader of all the lords and knights who sit at the round table of the Leicester Alliance, I, Claude von Regan, hereby swear this pact. Leicester pledges to work in harmony with the Adrestian Empire and do everything in its power to secure a peaceful future for Fodlan.
By the covenant between the red blood and the white sword that crowns the double-headed eagle, Edelgard von
L'image est belle.
hereby
Je sais
swear
pas comment
this
l'exprimer.
pact. Adrestia pledges to work hand in hand with the Leicester Alliance to deliver peace to the land and secure a future for all its people.
The pact is sealed.
And now it is our job to uphold it.
Goodness, look how far you've risen. You're standing on the stage of history. I know you'll do great things. Yes, and greater things still.
Right then, we've got plenty of bright new faces here at the round table today. First, a brand new count ruling Gloucester. And Duke Goneril and Count Ordelia have decided that their heirs will sit for them.
Unfortunately, Lawrence and Lysithea can't join us, due to their responsibilities in the Imperial Army.
I called you here to give you notice. The Leicester Alliance is assenting to the Empire's request and sending troops to the Kingdom front. Houses Regan, Gloucester, and Daphne will be supplying most of the soldiers. And instead of the usual route through Aelel, we'll be invading Fraldarius directly by sea.
You're staying behind, right, Holst?
Indeed I am. Almyra is still an unknown quantity, and we've no idea if or when Prince Shahid might stage another attack. And the same goes for House Ordelia. They've had more than their share of troubles on their border. We agreed that shipping their army away might not be the most prudent of ideas.
And that's all she wrote. You'll find the details in the document you've all been given. I wish the kingdom would see they're between a rock named Adrestia and a hard place named Leicester and throw that white flag high, but of course they won't. So good luck, everyone. I'm counting on you.
And so, the Alliance has agreed to bring their troops to bear and attack the kingdom from the east. At the same time, we will resume our invasion from the west, using Aryan Road as a foothold. We'll subjugate the kingdom's lords one by one as we work our way toward Blathen.
News of the Pact will doubtless have spread throughout the kingdom by now. Provided enough houses see the futility in fighting, we may be able to avoid unnecessary bloodshed. However, that is likely wishful thinking. We should instead expect the worst and prepare accordingly.
You think? Some of them already bent the knee to us once, along with Count Rowe. Wouldn't they jump at a chance to swap sides again?
An idea I am certain has already occurred to the king. Lately, we have been scrambling to reorganize, dealing with an attack by the Knights of Seros and negotiating a pact with Leicester. And during that time, the winds of purgation have swept across Fargus. In one fell swoop, the king has expunged most of the nobles likely to align with us.
Still, it's us and the Alliance against him, which means we've got the advantage. What's there to worry about?
The concern isn't that we'll lose. It's that winning might come at the cost of too many lives. What an utterly pointless, senseless thing to do. Oh, I find it all so very draining.
Whatever our intent, we're the instigators here. We can't expect the enemy to do anything less than defend their land with tooth and claw.
Speak for yourself. If someone invaded my territory, I'd hand over lands and titles on a silver platter. Especially if I had no chance of winning.
There is truly no other noble like you, Linhard. And perhaps no person at all for that matter. Regardless, we must proceed with caution. When people think someone is after what they possess, they respond with fear, even if the thought is all in their head. In the eyes of the people of Fargus, there is no limit to what evils the Empire might visit upon them.
My father started saying he can't sleep because he's scared the old church is coming to Garreg Mach to kill him. From the sound of my mother's letters, he's really shaken up.
Remember that the kingdom has much coldness. We must not forget to be bundling up like people of the snow. Our Petra is always ready for what lies ahead. I wish I had better understanding of your Fodlan ways, so I could be giving more assistance to everyone.
Don't worry about it, Petra. With all the different factions in this thing, even we have a hard time keeping it straight. This almost seems so backward compared to the way things were in Brigid.
In any case, the battles ahead will be more brutal than any we have yet fought. Keep a vigilant eye out for both yourselves and each other. That is all. Dismissed.
Guess things aren't gonna be so easy anymore. We're under some real pressure to win.
C'est toujours 20 minutes là qui discutent. Ah ouais. Ah ouais. Et d'abord on va sauvegarder et on reprendra ça demain. Et on va un peu alterner entre le live Darkest Dungeon et les lives Fire Emblem. Donc le live Darkest Dungeon c'est du 2h30 de suite, là je peux arrêter au bout d'une heure, 1h30. Merci à ceux qui sont passés, bonne soirée, bonne nuit, bye.